Hello.
Hello, Zach. How are you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. So, enjoying the last week of the Christmas holidays. So, yeah, next week I'll
You're
be back to
still
work.
in, you're still in Christmassy mode. So yeah.
Yeah.
So how's 2023 been for you?
No, it was amazing, man. Like so many changes because I relocated to New Zealand and
Hmm.
we did our first community day here and so many things, work related, personal life related. Yeah, visited all these awesome places in New Zealand. Wow, it's amazing. Such a lovely country. And yeah.
Yeah, apart from the first community day in New Zealand, the New Zealand user group also was mentioned for something, right?
Yes, to
During the AWS
2023,
summit?
there are two things. One is AWS user group, we call it Aotearoa, is a Maori
Hmm.
name for the New Zealand, and nominated for the APJ user group of the year, nominated. And myself, I was nominated as the um, along with Ali. Ali is one of the community builder in New Zealand. We both nominated as APJ Community Builders of the Year as well. Yeah. So
Whoa!
for me, it's like consecutive second time. You remember, right?
Yep.
2022, we met in Bangkok, Thailand.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I was nominated as APJ Community Builder of the Year there as well. I think you nominated as well, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
we both. That's amazing. So, yeah,
Awesome, awesome. So amazing
two.
stuff happening in New Zealand. Uh,
Yep.
just to call out that the serverless day is also
Hmm.
happening in New Zealand, right? Mm.
In May, if I'm not wrong.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Hopefully, I'm gonna see
Awesome.
you there.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. And if you're coming here, man, I'm gonna take you everywhere. Like we're gonna have the best beef burger, and we're gonna
Mm,
have the best brewed coffee and beer
uh-huh.
here.
Hmm.
We are gonna have so much awesome time, man. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah.
Whoa. Yes, fingers crossed. Let's hope
Fingers
for that.
crossed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, with that, December of 2022 was
Yeah.
all about reinvent, and today we'll just have a recap about a few things on that were announced during reinvent. So, uh, Zach, you have been to reinvent before as well, right? You
Yeah.
just want to shed some light on your experience?
Reinvent is like how to say that? It's like for guys like us, right? So it's a nerdvana. All you can meet all the geeks, awesome people. For me, reinvent is more about networking and meet
Hmm.
all these awesome builders, community builders, heroes. So whoever engineers or whoever, like it's mainly about networking. That's the main thing about me. That's what I love about reinvent. Yes, obviously all the sessions are awesome, but even though you go back home and you have these recaps and you can watch all the sessions again and again, but the real time, I mean in person, the networking is amazing, man. That's the main thing. Like I have met so many awesome people. Yeah, but it's in 2022, so I'm gonna ask the same question, Zach, because you've been there last year. So how do
Yeah.
you feel about your first re-event experience?
Wow. I honestly don't have a word to tell about it, but it's a lot of words. It's a lot of emotions.
Yeah,
Because it was my first reinvent, and I met like a plethora of builders who are
yeah,
doing some amazing stuff with AWS, who have connected virtually, right?
yeah,
Because we've all known each other with, be it with the AWS community, the AWS community programs,
yeah.
and everything. So meeting them in person was like wow. Yeah. So before reinvent, I did have some plans of attending at least one session, but during reinvent, that didn't happen. I just focused on meeting people and talking to them, understanding what they do, what's their life out of AWS community as well, and Yeah, I mean, it's good to have an in-person conversation. So yeah.
Yes, to be honest, when I was there, I booked a couple of sessions. Yeah, I managed to get into a couple of sessions, like even, I mean, especially these um, keynote speak, right? Those are the most
Mhm.
important things, and a couple of other sessions as well. But most of the time, I was hanging around in the what you call that, all the vendors are
Developer
there, right?
launch. Yep.
No, no,
Developer
yeah,
launch, expo booth.
develop expo, yeah, in the inside the expo, right? All the develop launch and other vendors, other community members, and it's massive. So most of the time I was hanging around with there,
Mhm.
especially with I can't forget him, my best buddy, Steve Teo from Singapore user group. He's the user group leader and good one of my good friends, and we both hanging around and go and meeting people and talking with them and having a couple of coffee. That's amazing, man. The
Yeah.
networking is
You f-
massive.
you forgot to highlight one thing. If somebody remembers from Reinvent 2023 website, there was a photo of Zach and Steve during
Yes,
game
that's
day.
Steve. Yes,
Right?
that's Steve. Yeah,
Awesome.
that, that's
So yeah,
that's
you,
that's
you, you were the highlight of game day.
yeah. Because me and Steve, right? We went there and we are playing all the game day events, and I remember we registered our name as Chicken Rice because chicken rice
Hmm.
is one of the favorite famous food in Singapore. So we registered our team name as Chicken Rice, and before we left, we were on the screen around like 14 or 20, 12th, I think, the ranking.
Hmm.
And we managed to crack a lot of stuff, all these quests. And I think we got a couple of t-shirts and other swags as well. But it was amazing. So me and Steve like nailing it, right? We are playing very well.
Yes, yes, yes. That's fun because
Yeah.
in Expo, a lot of these things are happening. It's not just booths and it's not meeting people, but game days are happening. There was a stall about F1. There was actually an F1 car in Expo. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly right. Yeah, you know Donny, right? Donny
yep,
from Singapore. Yeah,
yes.
the developer advocate. Yes, now he's a principal developer advocate. And me, Donny, he also one of my good buddy.
Mhm.
And another guy, I forget his name actually. He's from Indonesia. He works for Amazon as well. He's a developer, relational some advocate or someone. And we
Rio,
three heading to. Yes,
Rio,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yeah, 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 Rio, Rio, yeah. So we three heading to having a coffee out of the Venetian, and then
Hmm.
there's a long corridor, right? Remember, there's a very long
Yeah.
corridor, and some guy giving away T-shirts out of a box.
Hmm. Hmm.
Apparently, it's called Catalyst T-shirts.
Whoa.
Yeah, 2022. That where they launched the code Catalyst, right? They're giving a
Uh-huh.
code Catalyst. I was like, okay, I can have one. Yes. And Tony took one, and the Ria took one. Yeah, it was amazing, man.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we had awesome, like, even we went to some kind of personal parties, like we hang out like outside of the reinvent, and for dinners and stuff. And the replay was amazing. uh
Hmm.
2022, I think Martin Garrix, he played the DJ, and we were crazily dancing. It's amazing, man. How was the replay
Yep.
this year, last year, sorry?
I actually skipped replay.
Oh, really? Whoa.
Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't make it in time, and I had to meet somebody. So yeah.
Oh, that's all good. Yeah, but replay is amazing because you meet all the. I can't say you meet all these people because it's uh, everyone is on party mode, man. So so you have to be in the queue to get this train or bus to get into the replay. It's kind of far away from the city. Oh, and
Hmm.
it's pretty chill and dry. I want to ask you
Hmm.
something, Zach. How was the climate for the, like, it's cold, dry lips?
Yeah, it's dry because we are in the middle of a desert, and
Yeah,
it's
winter.
freakingly chilling.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but we did go on the hike. So Johannes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Johannes, one of the
I
leaders.
know him. I know him.
So
Yeah,
he had organized a hike with all the community builders, heroes,
He did
all of
in
them.
2022 as well. I
Yep,
missed it
this
because
was
I remember, right. I missed my flight because of the
ah,
aircraft fault. Yeah, I missed one
yep.
day actually. I supposed to join them.
Ah, so next year, and
Sorry,
he
this
mentioned
year.
that yeah, this year. I'm still in 2023.
Yeah, man. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So this year, it was bigger than 2022, and we went to Valley of Fire.
Wow.
Uh, it's in the middle of the desert. So
Yeah.
when you're walking in the place, there are these spots where it's shady. So it's
Wow.
freakingly cold there. I mean, it's like in a cave in the middle of desert. So it's chill there. The minute you step out into the sun, you don't feel hot, you don't feel cold, but you're like, wow, you're at a you're at a moderate temperature where it's super sunny and it's cold, but the temperature is somehow moderate.
That's cool, man. Um, yeah, because I remember exactly because I got some dry lips and
Yep,
cracking, even though uh, I don't. It doesn't matter like how much lip balm I'm applying. It's keep getting dry, dry, dry.
yep.
Then when I returned, I really got sick. Like not COVID actually. I don't know, like kind of a chill and fever. I remember when I landed in Auckland, I realized okay, I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna go really bad. Yeah, man,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Once I returned back home, I was jet lagged. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
wow.
You feel it because for me, for us actually, um, when you travel from New Zealand to US, you
Mhm.
basically you don't lose a day,
Yep,
only hours because basically if you leave here today is 13th of Saturday, right?
yep.
You'll be landing on to a 13th of Saturday in US as well. When you travel from US to New Zealand back, if you travel from 13th of Saturday, you'll be landing here on 15th of January. You'll
Yeah,
be missing the 14th.
yep.
So that's kind of sucks, but still, because of that, I didn't miss anything because I missed my flight, right? I didn't miss it because of the aircraft fault and I mean,
Mm,
technical fault. Um,
yep.
I had to stay one more day here, but still. So to be honest, we don't feel jet lag here because of that the time difference.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty sure, yeah, you felt the jet lag like maybe 8 hour, 7 hour. I don't know, like
The difference is like nearly 10 hours, 10, 11 hours.
10 hours. Okay,
So, yeah.
cool.
So I could literally see myself transitioning slowly from the US type zone. Then I came down to Europe. Then I came down to India. So I literally felt it.
That's cool, man. Okay, I think all the jibber jabber about reinvent are good.
Yep. So
So,
this year, Reinvent was everything around generative AI, right? And you can see the whole stack here, and a lot of there is a new service
mm,
that's launched in the generative AI space, and also something like Code Whisperer that was there and announced last year. Was it last year? That was in beta and with GA. So all of these generative AI tools are being leveled up, and there's a lot of stuff that's happening at the infrastructure level for these generative tools to be uh, all, what do you call it, level, go to level 100 from zero. So yeah, uh, a lot of places where you need GPUs, you need a lot of compute. So AWS has been reinventing a lot of things on the infrastructure for generative AI stack. And you can see that where be it applications, be it the services that you use as just plug and play into our applications, or the tools that we use, like something like Bedrock. The level of enhancement has really been top notch. Yeah, talking about Amazon Q, right?
Ew.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was there in the front line, seated when Adam Salsky was announcing about Q,
Yeah.
and it really felt wow, because the way how Amazon Q has been trained is with all the data on AWS, and the work with we do with AWS, be it on the console, be it on the IDE side, enabling developers, being somebody who is using IDE or be it somebody who is using the web console, you could use Amazon Q to its fullest power, right? So there was this demo where Spelsky was telling about uh, what do you do with specific things, and Amazon Q was recommending which service, what are the configurations, and everything such. So it's amazing how Amazon Q and tools like generative AI can really, really help developers and the developer productivity, because most of the times you're stuck with some issue, be it a simple issue, but you don't know how do you fix it. And most of the times, as developers, what do? We just Google stuff, we just go to Stack Overflow, but the answer there may not be appropriate because it's been answered by another human, of course. So Amazon Q really helps you to answer them because all of this has been trained. The model has been trained on AWS documentation, the FAQs, the samples, all of it. So suppose if you have a query and it's going to fetch the actual documentation to help you get the right answer. So the accuracy of this is something that you could rely on. And of course, it's generative AI, but it's not 100% there, but it's 99% there.
The best thing about this, Zach, I think it's still on beta, right? Correct me if
Yep,
I'm wrong. Yeah.
it's still in
Um,
preview. Yeah.
I remember Seb is one of the. I mean, he's the founder and user group official leader in New Zealand.
Mhm,
The Seb, he we actually did a recap here
mhm,
last year actually. Um, so he was showing something a demo using Amazon Q.
mhm.
Basically, you can set up the Amazon Q for your organization level as well, so it won't uh, crawling or reading any thing from out of the your organization. So you can limit, like if you the data retention, right? You can just use your own data to generate these things. So he just created a very simple demo using Amazon Q that crawling the entire AWS user group New Zealand, the website, the user group
Mhm.
meetup website, meetup
Well,
URL, and everything. And if we just ask who is Seb, it will give you the answer like, okay, Seb is this person, and blah blah blah. And the best part, like you can explicitly ignore some keywords, right? You can avoid some, for example, harmful command, or that can break things. So he put like, tell me about Azure. So it gave you the prompt like, we are not supposed to talk about Azure here, like it was very funny. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Amazon Q is not only limited for specific AWS related things, but also you could train it on your own model,
Mm,
your own data, and ensure that, say, for example, you're using something in a enterprise level and you have to use specific data only, it's still securely training on that data and it's more
yeah.
accurate in those terms. So, yeah.
That's amazing. He just configured this bot
Hmm.
within couple of minutes to get this done. It's amazing. The best part, he put a countdown for 15
Okay.
minutes because we had couple of sessions. I did a session. So he put like 50 minutes countdown. He was keep checking the time and he was configuring Amazon Q. It's amazing because within 15 minutes, the entire demo is done.
Whoa.
All good.
Yep. So that be it, right? It's not just
Yeah.
accessible on web console, but your IDE as well. So if you
Oh,
want
wow.
some, yeah, I mean, who would want to get out of VS Code, right? I don't want to change my screens. So Yeah, in case if you have certain things in your IDE where you don't understand a specific piece of code, you want to get some recommendations on your
Yeah.
specific piece of code, all of it is possible with Amazon Q. And Code Catalyst.
Yay.
Well, yeah. So when you are building it with Code Catalyst, Amazon Q is also supported. So in case where you have different parts of your pipeline, and if it's going through a different build process, you know for
Yeah.
a fact that Amazon Q can uh, interpret what's happening in all of those steps in case if there's errors. Of course, Amazon Q has also been supported with errors. So, say for example, if there's uh, errors in your CloudWatch, you could even identify what the error is, what the resolution for the error is. So,
So you can
uh,
remediate it. Well,
yes, yes. So, in case you're stuck with an error, you don't have to scratch your head, you don't have to go to Stack Overflow, you can just
yeah.
ask Amazon Q. Code transformations, yes. So when you have to do a lot of migration and all of these things, Amazon Q can really help because it can help you with migration of code, be it with respect to your infrastructure, your application, and also keeping in mind the performance and the security of your code. Because when you're building something, it should not be uh, prone to security errors, security
Yep.
threats. The performance should have always been on top of it. The optimization of your code, all of this is being taken care of by Amazon Q. Code Whisperer. This is something that's been a long time thing that I've waited for because when you're using SAM, especially, right, you're using a
Yep.
lot of YAML and CloudFormation uh, constructs. So using Code Whisperer in your applications or in your IDEs where this can recommend you with CloudFormation templates, HashiCorp templates, the Terraform templates, CDKs, and FAM. It's wow. Because I don't want to just restrict it on my application code. Infrastructure as code also needs some generative AI capabilities because when I'm building something with EKS or something, I don't want to remember all the parameters that goes into the
Yeah.
infrastructure, right? So Bedrock was launched recently and before reinvent, and there's been a lot of enhancements with respect to the models that you could use on Bedrock, be it the different LLM models, the foundational models, all of that again keeping security and privacy at the core of it. Some of the Bedrock models,
So this is all about AI stuff, right? Like generative AI.
yes, yes, yes. So that said, all about AI. Zach, you want to talk about application composer and what's really
Yep,
happening in the application composer side?
definitely. So um, I did the same talk about this when I was doing the recap for the AWS Group New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
But this time I came up with a good example because I had to go through a kind of trouble when I share my screen. Always when you do a demo, something there, right? So hopefully this will work now.
Yep.
Cool. So yep, I just shared a very simple Terraform template here. So this template is all about creating a EKS cluster and basically creating an EKS cluster and the related uh, the required resource like VPCs, CIDRs, net gateway, all these networking platform and all the managed node groups for the EKS cluster. So let's assume you have the template file here. The long file for the your EKS cluster is a okay, cool. And I have already installed the plugin. If I click here, you can see AWS. I'll install the toolkit here. Already
Mm-hmm.
installed. And you can see from here. Sorry, it wasn't configured in this machine. You know what happened right before our demo. So I'm just gonna show the demo here. Cool. So still, when you right click this one, and you can see something very new here. Open with application composer. So let's click and see what will gonna happen. Oh, this screen is very familiar, right?
Yes, it is very
Yes.
familiar.
Yeah.
So
So before we used application composer on the browser, but now here we go. We can use in our IDE VS Code. Isn't it awesome, Zach? You can see all your related resources, and you see it's amazing, right? All connected, and you can configure everything, each and every resource here. This is my favorite
it's
part. Look at the VPC section. Okay, I'm gonna zoom it
it's
out.
super amazing
Okay.
because remember we did a session on
Yeah,
application composer before, and when we
yeah,
were talking about it, we had to go through the web console, go to the web AWS
yes,
console, go there, configure all of it, and then if you're on Chrome browser, it syncs to your local IDE and all of those restrictions, right? Now with
yes.
IDE, you have your template, and boom, you have the application composer also generating the whole uh, diagram.
And
And
the best part, right? So you can configure the VPC. For example, if I want to configure the net gateway part, I can click here, and if I want to configure the gateway attachment, so it's basically the simple cloud formation, but still it's made it so easier. And I can see the reference if I cause it over to the screen. Yes, see,
yep,
I think it will direct me to the it will going to direct me to the documentations, and I can go ahead and read it. So um, it's basically the same cloud formation template, but you have a better view and you can understand. If I zoom it
abs-
out, it's beautiful, right? I think if I click arrange, yes. So I can mess it around. If I click arrange, nice. It's gonna make it.
yeah. So in case if you're having a existing YAML template, you can just go to application
Yep.
composer. It'll get this beautiful uh, uh, what do you call it, architecture diagram
Yep.
of your template, and
Yep.
you know for a fact which are the resources that's dependent on each other, and what are the configurations. You can even edit it, like uh,
Yep.
say for example VPC that we're just showing, you know for a fact what are the parameters, so I don't really need to remember the parameter name. All of
Yep.
it I can just go edit, update the values that I need.
For example, the cider block, right? Like you mentioned. So if I want to have a different cider block, I can go and edit here.
Yep.
So this is amazing. I really love it. My best solution is if you're using application composer on your IDE, use a better screen. If you're going to use a very small screen, uh, it's still okay. But if you have a bigger screen, you can have a nice view. For example, so currently I'm sharing in a 4K screen, 34-inch wide screen, and off of the screen is the part I'm sharing. So it looks amazing. But if you're going to do it on a very small screen, mm, it's doubtable. So this is not only the amazing part. I'm going to show something else, Zach. Are you excited? Okay.
Buckling up. So yeah.
Yes, I'm going to create a very, very blank file, Zach. Okay. So
Mhm.
going to test.yaml. Nothing there,
Okay.
right? Okay. I'm going to right click again, and it's going to open me a very blank canvas, right?
Okay.
If I click here, um, like this, nice. And let's talk about step functions. When I
That's one
click
of my
that,
favorite services. So yes.
yes. Yeah, you're a serverless guy, right? Yes, you're a serverless hero. Definitely.
This
And
is my favorite service, and this is something about application composer that I really love.
well, oh, I'm gonna delete this one now because we have to show audience something really awesome. Okay, so it's a blank file, right?
Hmm.
I'm gonna save it. Oops, it's a blank file. It's a loading file. Nothing there, and I am going to get this tape here, and you can see the workflow studio is supported here. So this is my favorite here, man, because I can just go and drag and drop anything I want. For example, the flow, right? Okay, you like some choice, Zach? Yes.
Yeah.
We have two rules, right?
Yes,
And
exactly.
let's put some wait time here.
Hmm.
Isn't it amazing, right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna put some lambda functions here. Nice. And again, a flow. Success. And even though you can get some inbuilt patterns, like general
Hmm.
patterns are here, right? Process S3 bucket, S3 object in S3 bucket, and JSON file in S3 bucket, and process CSV file. So you can get all these things, right? So this could be a very small step function, but the best part, I just designed this using the studio. When I click this back, I want to go back here. Voila, the entire code is
Ta-da!
generated.
Yes.
So that's amazing. So using SAM, we can deploy this to the AWS cloud, right?
Yep. See, even before we came to application composer, I remember a time when I used to go to console only for step functions workflow studio, because designing all of this workflow was really easy, and it generated my ASLs, Amazon States language. So it was so easy to do it. But now with application composer right in my IDE, I can generate all of this thing. I don't even have to copy my ASL now.
Make it more easier,
It's,
right?
yeah.
Look at all the services supporting, man. It's amazing. Like, make it easier. But you understand, right? The one point I was talking about, make your screen bigger. Otherwise, yeah, it's
Yep.
okay. But still, if you have bigger screen, because I'm sharing this for the demo purpose, so I'm sharing my half of my screen. But still, yes, it's looking
Yep.
okay. But if you have a bigger screen, you can enjoy it. Like, I don't feel the best thing. I don't feel any lag or slowness on here, because the moment I drag and drop things, right, it's just
Mhm.
basically keep generating the code here, man.
Yep.
It's really amazing. It's keep adding the lambda task.
Exactly. So it's not only state machines, right? If you go back from your workflow studio to application
Yeah,
composer, you can
yeah.
add triggers that invokes the state machines execution as well. So
Oh, really?
literally, yeah.
Okay, let me gonna close this one. Oh, I'm seeing this icon. Oh, wow.
So this is your application composer. In case if you
Yeah.
want an API gateway to invoke the state machine's execution, you could add that right from here.
Yep. I'm gonna click here, and I'm gonna hide this one. Ooh,
That's it.
that's it. That's it, isn't it? Right?
Yep. So you can see that API gateway is added, and it's added the VTL resolvers as well, so that it invokes the right state machine. If it needs
Wow.
any additional JSON input, it's parsing it from your API's request body, all of that.
Wow. That's really amazing, man. I just drag and drop and just connect the dots. That's it. That's really amazing. Oh, I can configure from here. So type express or standard. I can change the machine type. Wow. And if I click the Workflow Studio here back, yes, I can go back again. Nice.
Since I've been
Oh,
playing around with this, uh, I don't think that I logged into my AWS console for a while.
wow. That's
And
nice.
yeah, yeah. You see
And
the
and
what's new section also, right? So
yeah,
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 you're
yeah,
telling
yeah.
that. You're telling.
No, no. I mean, I think Reinvent at Reinvent they announced about the third party endpoints like Salesforce.
Mhm.
You don't have to trigger another Lambda function to call that third party. You can directly now call third party APIs
So
from here, right? Yeah,
yep. Step Functions has introduced something called as HTTP endpoints,
yeah,
where you could add HTTP endpoints with using Event Bridge's connections. So it's basically adding a connection. You're configuring the uh, uh, authorization method, all of it on Event Bridge connection, and then using HTTP API endpoints from your state machine, where it's directly invoking a
yeah,
HTTP endpoint without any middleware or something like
yeah.
a Lambda function that's actually doing the execution part. So it's essentially cutting down more on your resources and doing directly from step functions, which is also improving the performance because there's no latency in all of those things. And also at the same time, improving the developer experience for building something as simple as making a HTTP call.
Every day something new, and they keep evolving, and we keep learning. That's a part
Yep.
of beauty of it, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So I think that's all about the application composer so far. Maybe we can do another full demo
Mhm.
about this tool. We have done a couple of sessions about application composer already. I think we have done like
Two sessions.
two sessions, right?
So
Yeah,
we did one, yeah, we did one when Application Composer was launched. We did
launched.
another one when Application Composer started supporting all of Cloud Formation templates.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes,
so,
yes.
yeah,
Yep. Actually, I'm writing a blog article about the application composer, about these creating the EK stack. So
mhm.
hopefully, I will be publishing that soon. So let's see.
Look forward to it, Zach.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's amazing how you could just build things with a drag and drop.
this is really amazing. I love it. The beauty of it, like im- you can image what you're gonna build, and you have all these, the connecting dots. Okay, the VPC is connected to this, and the net gateway is connected to the VPC. The net gateway is connected to this root table. Like all the connections are. You can see that's amazing.
It's your complete architecture in a GIF kind. So yeah.
That's really amazing. Yeah, that's all about it. Unfortunately, we cannot do the entire reinvent recap, all the slides, because it's gonna, maybe we can do until tomorrow morning, my time, uh, today evening, sex
My
time.
time.
Yeah, your time. Yeah, but it's nice. So this was our first session for this year, and we are hoping to do a lot of sessions. And what about the gaming mat? We are going to talk about Zach. We are going to give away one of the gaming mat, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So stay tuned. We
Yeah.
both are planning out some exciting stuff.
Some
And
swag giveaways. Yes.
yes, yes.
How about
So
you
there
have a
was
gaming mat on all the AWS hints, something, I can't say the entire thing, but yeah.
folks who attended New Zealand Community Day can take a guess, I believe. But
Yeah.
yeah.
The demand for that, man, like everyone asking, because we printed only limited, whatever the swag,
Mhm.
and we gave away after each and every session, there was kind of a quiz, and
Okay.
we kind of gave away those special swags.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I think it's one of the coolest swag I ever seen. Um, that's amazing, man. Like, that's something else. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
wait.
we'll get to a point when we
Yeah,
say AWS services are right available at our keyboard than our
yeah.
IDE.
I'm
So
not sure. Okay, if you have that while you're doing an AWS exam, I think still they're gonna allow it because there's no any clue anything, right? But that's all right. Yeah,
mm,
cool. All good then.
awesome. Awesome.
Yes. So we gonna see you again in another 2 weeks.
Yep. So stay tuned for something
Yep.
exciting coming
Yep.
your way in 2 weeks. We'll do another session more deep and
Yep.
uh, talking a lot about how you could build on AWS. And until
And
then,
some awesome swags as well.
yeah. So until then, see you all.
Peace out.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.